It has been a very long time since the last episode. We are on the 31st of March, and yes, you are looking at Edwin Rubio, who is on loan from FC Bayern. We have sold him, we've loaned him back until the end of the season. I think we got a good deal. Now, it doesn't sound like a lot, £3 million, but we had, I think it was a £4 million minimum fee release in there, which I didn't want to trigger, because then we can get additional clauses and things like that in there. So he is gone. I'm pretty sure he's got a 50% sell on in there, which is, we've kind of lost £1 million in hopefully meaning that we're going to gain ourselves maybe £5 or £10 million in the future when he moves to Man City. Other players to leave the club, and some of these have been around for a while. Nicholas Madsen, I'm not sure if I mentioned this in the last episode or not. It happened late in November. He is left going to Sharjah. Nicholas Strunk, also a long-standing player. In fact, he was here when we started the save. He has left. He has gone to Sparta Rotterdam. And Reginaldo's left because we never played him. He played 23 times in 3 years. Alongside, obviously, Edwin Rubio joining the club again on loan, we have brought back Toninho on loan from Borussia Dortmund. He wasn't really playing there, and I thought, you know what, we could probably do with some more central midfielders, what with Madsen and Strunk leaving. Toninho's very good. We know what we get with Toninho, and I think his contract is running down at Dortmund. He's only got 2 years left on his contract, and I'm thinking maybe we just try and loan him next year, and eventually we just steal him back for free. We've also signed a player called Caden Rodney, formerly of Crystal Palace. He's actually played 137 times for Crystal Palace. Decent right-back-ish. He's not great defensively, but we struggle getting fullbacks. For some reason in this save, I'm really struggling getting fullbacks. Rodney, I think, is good. Definitely not our best right-back, but he's certainly up there. Also, because it is March, we've obviously gone a long way into the future. We've played, 5 more league games. We've played a couple of cup games as well. We have gone undefeated in all competitions, including friendlies against Anderlecht and Prem, since the 16th of September. We've drawn a lot, okay? We've drawn against AGF, we've drawn against Randers, we drew against Midtjylland, but we did beat Horsens in the cup twice. We managed to beat Bromby thanks to Toninho. We beat Viborg 2-0 as well thanks to Matteo Maier. It means we are into the championship group stage, and we are currently sat top of it by just 1 point. If this is the season where we win the league, we need to make sure we beat Copenhagen at least twice in this little championship group phase. I don't know why I said at least twice. We only play them twice. We need to beat them at least once. We are going to play AGF as we kick off today's episode, and we're also going to play the match against FC Copenhagen. This is going to be the big one. We really do need to win that one, although it is away from home. Viborg in 6th, Randers in 3rd. Is going to be a tough game against Randers, actually. We should beat AGF. We should beat Viborg. We should arguably beat Bromby. It's those two that are the tough ones. Let's play AGF and see how we get on. We're not playing them for like 5 more days yet. We're playing them on the 4th of April. But you'll notice that Copenhagen have just beat Viborg 3-0 and we've dropped down to 2nd place. Marvellous. What a great start to the championship group. So then for the AGF game, it's going to be Pitaluga in goal, Mossen, Rubio, Junior Nduga and Blazek Kirčić in defence. Oscar Meyer is going to be our defence midfielder. Gelabert and Babiu will be the central midfielders. Meyer, Pete and Barisic will be the front 3 players for this one. We've started to get a lot more goals from Meyer and Barisic, which is good. I know at the start of the season, Barisic in particular was struggling somewhat. His form's not the best at the moment. Let's hope he can kind of turn that around. So because it is now April in game, I've actually already arranged some transfers for the summer. Free transfers, you know, that kind of deal. And I'd love a right back. I'd absolutely love a right back. I've bought another one, apparently. I didn't even remember doing this, but we've got a Colombian right back joining in the summer. 3 minutes exactly on the clock. Header clear. Gelabert collects it. Babiu across. Finds Kirčić. He's got 4 in the box. It's a terrible cross. Hold on. Barisic has nicked the ball away, and we almost managed to take the lead. Instead, we win a throw that we're not going to see. We're going to see a corner instead. Gelabert to Rubio. He's not going to quite get there. Meyer on the volley. Oh, my word. Imagine if Matteo Maier scored that. That would have been nuts. Arguably was a little bit too optimistic. Match stats-wise, after 25 minutes, we are all over them. They have yet to have themselves a shot at all, but we've got nothing to show for it at all either. It's Barisic outside the area, goes just over the bar. Another chance goes begging, but we are looking good-ish, I'd say. We've got a lot of possession. We're getting some shots away, but we're not getting much on target. Goal kick for AGF with 5 minutes left. Rubio heads forward straight to an AGF player. Madsen. That's not our Madsen, is it? That's not our Madsen. We didn't sell him to AGF. We sold him to Sharjah, wasn't it? It was over to the Middle East. It's going to be a corner for AGF. I've already got confused about what players we've brought and what players we've sold. Corner comes in, header clear. Pete's going to get there first. Go for a run, buddy. Use your pace. Burn your pace. You've got no support. You've been fouled. Lovely. That'll do. We're going to see the free kick as well. Maya to Gercic on the left-hand side. Going to go for a little run. He's going to go for a shot, isn't he? Yep. Why do they do that? Why does a left-back with no finishing ability think, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to score a worldie from there. Half-time, it is obviously 0-0 because we're not having good shots. We're having shots. We're not having good shots. That team talk was spectacular. We're not going to try and fix it. We're just going to stick with what was said. We've got some players who are playing badly. Pete, Maya, both playing not particularly well. Mawson as well as a right back not playing particularly well. Gercic drops to a 6-5. So we should be doing better than what we're doing. Drop points here is not going to be good. Barisic has nicked this. Hold on. Bartol Barisic in on goal. He's hit it wide. It was easier to score. I mean, it probably wasn't, but still. Right, I don't want to do this, but he's getting very, very tired. Olisema's coming on for Rubio. Do we do anything else? Pete needs to come off, doesn't he? Montano is going to come on. Do we do other changes? Gercic is struggling. Do we do Rodders on the left? He can play there. He's only right-footed, so he's going to have to try and cut in. We're going to do Caden Rodney as a left-back. We're never scoring in this game. It is one of those games where we're never going to score. We're going to get an XG of nearly 2, and we're going to draw 0-0, or possibly even lose 1-0. Mawson with a throw. 15 minutes of normal time to play, and we've lost out, and here we go. Here's the AGF goal. Or maybe not. Olisema collects it. Back to Pitts in goal. Back to Olisema. Right-hand side is Mawson. Ball forward. We've got some options. He's going to go for a run instead. It's Montano. We've got Rodney's down the line. Babu to Rodders. He's going to go for a little run. Rodney goes for a shot. You're right-footed, and you decide to shoot that with your left foot, and you're a left-back. What is going on? Final 5 minutes, and this is just awful. I say awful, it's not awful. We just have not taken our chances whatsoever. 1.7 XG, nothing to show for it. No goals whatsoever. That is not good. That is not the way we wanted to start basically our run for the title. That could have cost us. Well, we start off the episode then with a 0-0 draw. But it continues our run of draws. We've had a lot of draws lately. We're now going to go forward to play the Copenhagen game between Viborg and Randers off camera. And we'll return for the Copenhagen game. We should get 4 points minimum. We need 6. It is first versus second for Copenhagen versus Esbjerg. And it's not the way round you were probably thinking. We are back to the top of the table. And it's not because we were good. We picked up 4 points. Copenhagen picked up 2. They drew both of their games. We won against Randers and we drew against, I can't even remember, whoever it was we played before Randers. This is what we're going to go for. Our starting 11. Pitts, Mawson, Rubio, Junior and Duga, Mortensen in defence, Maya, Larsen and Babu in midfield. Maya, Pete and Barisic will be leading the line. Barisic scored twice against Randers. This is a definition of a 6-pointer, right? This is definitely a 6-pointer. If we can beat Copenhagen, we will go clear at the top of the table by maths, 4 points? Is it 4 points clear at the top of the table? Which is huge, especially when you think we've only got 6 games left to play after this. Mortensen with the ball for us down the left-hand side. Plays it towards the middle. Doesn't find a black shirt. Instead finds a white one. And Duca forward. Maya flicks the head on, but straight to a Copenhagen player. It's Goncalo Borges towards goal. Hits the post. It's cleared. Larsen's going to get outfield further. Our winger wasn't paying enough attention. First chance goes Copenhagen's way, but we managed to weather the storm. There is a player in this Copenhagen team, by the way, that I will show you at halftime or around halftime because I really wanted to sign him, but we weren't quite good enough and he went to Copenhagen. If he was available now for what Copenhagen paid for him, I think we would be in a better position to bring him in, and he is ridiculously good. And he is a very good centre-back, which is a position that I, for some reason, love to buy along with right-backs. Are we going to get there first? We are. It is Maya. He's going to go for a run. He's lost out to Christiansen. And now Copenhagen can possibly counter-attack themselves. What's happened there? What went on there? I don't know. Pitts has got the ball in his hand. I'm not saying I want to draw 0-0 twice in this episode, but I think a 0-0 draw wouldn't be the worst result, especially for them and us, realistically. I think we'd both probably take it. We want to win. We both want to win. A 0-0 draw, though, isn't the end of the world. We've got the ball through Pitts. The highlight ends. Our fullback, Mawson, is playing horrendous this time. So is Barisic up front. And Duca with a free kick towards the back post, maybe? I think that just hit our player and now Copenhagen can counter-attack. Estevez with the ball down the right-hand side, being chased by 4 potential Esbjerg players. Plays it all the way back to the centre-back, who is the player that I will show you in just a moment. It's Christiansen, ball over the top. Jakob Brun Larsen in on goal, holds up play, plays it backwards. It's a goal kick. It got deflected off somebody, don't know who. Couple of minutes left to play. Rubio back to pits. Are we going to have a highlight that goes our way? That would be nice, because so far, in 44 minutes, we've had nothing going our way. Mortensen with it, playing as our left back today because Gercic is out injured, unfortunately. Babu, ball forward. Barisic invites Mortensen forward. Ball through. It's to Vavro. What is going on with our passing at the moment? That pass would have been superb, but for some reason we just didn't quite get on the end of it. They better not score that. They haven't scored that. It's gone over. Still 0-0. And we are seeing the highlight as well. Mossen, sorry. He's going to go for a run. Larsen with a yellow card to his name. Loses out. What are we doing? We are just making mistake after mistake. Myers picked this ball up. Plays it on the ground. Another mistake. I'm going to claim that one. We've nicked it back. Lose it straight away though. Our possession stats must be awful for this. Estevez with it on the halfway line. Back to Watana. He's going to go for a little run towards Christiansen. Now Fomin to Rooney. Rooney's in on goal and it's surely 1-0. It is 1-0 to Copenhagen. And we've deserved absolutely nothing out of this so far. I wouldn't be surprised if we lose 5 or 6-0. I'm surprised it is only 1-0 at half-time because we've been poor. We have been real poor. What was that? That was absolutely awful. Mossen's on a 6-3. Mortensen's on a 6-5. Two of our midfielders are on 6-6s as well. Pete's playing badly. Barisic is coming off because that's just the worst performance I've seen from a very long time from him. So Markovic is going to come on at half-time. I will show you Watana, if I can pause it quick enough and find his name. Here he is. He is from Thailand, and he's filth. He is absolutely filth. And, yep, they paid £450,000 last season. Start of last season. I had the money. They accepted offers. And he went, yeah, but you're not good enough, are you? So he went to Copenhagen. And look at the state of him. Look at the actual state of Watana. That's ridiculous, right? Anyway, now we've pined over players that aren't ours. We need to get back to trying to get on level terms first. And then scoring a winner. A 1-1 draw has to be the target at the moment, doesn't it? We just need to get that goal. Borges' throw goes to Johansson. Crosses it in. Rooney's there at the front post. Plays it on the ground. It's 2-0. It's game over, isn't it? It is absolutely game over. We've done nothing in this match. Our entire defence is on 6.4s apart from Rubio. And if they score again, it is definitely game over. We've cleared it. It's going to be a corner. Rubio's on a 6.9. Mossen and Duca and Mortensen all on 6.4s. Corner comes in. Rubio just heads it vertically by the looks of it. Goes off for another corner. I'm going to sub 3 defenders. Once this little highlight flurry is over, we're going to do 3 defenders coming off. Rooney's corner comes in. It's a header clear. That should hopefully do it. It does. I said Gercic was injured. He was injured. He's not fully match fit, but he is coming off the bench. Olisema and Rodney also coming on. So is Gellerberg going to be playing as a right winger today because Pete is terrible at football as well. That is all of our subs, by the way. We've just wiped them out straight away in the second half, or in the 60th minute or so. But it's not looking good. It's not looking good, guys. Pitts comes out, claims that. Good job. What are you going to do? What's going to happen? You're going to drop it at your feet and then lose the ball? Pitaluga, big kick over the halfway line. Myers not going to get there. Copenhagen don't have the ball. Babu collects. Goes for a run. Invites Rodders forward. Rodney down the right wing. Plays it on the ground. Larsen's in the middle. Crosses it in. It's taken a deflection. Gellerberg's there not paying enough attention. And Copenhagen can clear the ball. How have we not scored? How have we not scored in this episode on camera? We've got an XG in the 2 matches of about 2.5, nearly 3. That's ridiculous. How have we not scored a single goal in this episode? Solbacken's cross finds Johansson. Copenhagen are going to run away with this one. It's possibly going to be 3-0. Pitaluga holds on. We've got 1 minute, 20 seconds of injury time. Pitts with the ball in his hand. If we get anything, it's a consolation. So it's not really going to matter too much, is it? Ball upfield. Solbakken collects it. Cuts inside. Gets some space for himself. Blasts it just wide. It is going to stay 2-0. Copenhagen go top of the table by just 2 points. It's not the end of the world, because obviously we were 1 point ahead of them at this point in the season. It means that they are only going to go ahead of us by 2 points. So there's still plenty of time for us to catch them up again. We're still seeing this highlight. Nothing's going to happen. I wouldn't worry about it. 2 matches played. 2 just pretty abysmal performances. You did yourself proud. No, you didn't do yourself proud. You were horrendous. I'm furious with your defensive work. Even Rubio agreed, and he got a 7. So after that result then, we are 2 points behind Copenhagen, but we are currently 8 points clear of 3rd place, which means if everything stays this way, which obviously there's still time, we will be getting ourselves Europa League qualifiers. If we win it, we'll be in the Champions League qualifiers. That's the goal. We need to be getting in the Champions League. If we don't get in the Champions League, we don't get the money. If we don't get the money, we can't improve our squad. And we're basically stuck behind PSG of Denmark. I am going to go forward to the other side of the Brøndby game so we can see exactly where we are at the halfway point of the championship group. We've still got a cup final, potentially. It's a semi-final. We've got a cup semi-final against OB Odense, which I'm hoping we should be good enough to get through, but we'll play the Brøndby game right now, and this is what happened. We win 2-0, which is very, very good. Don't get me wrong, but unfortunately, Copenhagen beat Randers 3-1 as well, so we are still 2 points behind Copenhagen, who are currently in the driving seat. We've got 5 more games to play of the season. We play the same 5 teams once again, which means next episode we will play the final matches of the season. I don't know what ones we're going to do just yet, but we will play the final matches and we will see whether we are champions or merely the bridesmaid once again. And maybe we might also have ourselves a cup final as well. We will have to wait and see. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.